How's it going, everyone? Just doing another video here, this time at Luke's place. We'll switch. Hey Luke.
How are we?
Yeah, good mate, good,
Yeah.
good, nice sunny
It's
weather.
Good morning.
It's been unusually sunny weather the past month or so.
Yeah, early mid to high 20s, very early in spring, which was a bit unusual.
Yeah, pretty much since the start of September it hasn't rained. So
everything's springing to life early.
yeah. Hopefully there is some rain to come though, because I mean, usually around late October it usually finishes raining, and yeah, you'd really hope that it rains a bit still, you know, considering how harsh the summer can be, especially past few years. As an example,
Last year was brutal.
yeah, it's like 6 months of no rain.
Yep. Meant to be a bit later this week, I think. The forecast a little bit.
Oh yeah. What,
knows?
10 mil?
0 to 5 mil, 0 to 1 mil, so who knows?
Yeah. Cool. All right. Yeah. So we're at Luke's place today. Just doing a tour of his yard and seeing what's going on with, or what's growing on with, with his garden. So take it away, Luke.
Yep. Well, I'm out in Thornley, so pretty close to the hills. Probably sort of foothills, eastern suburbs.
Yep.
Hot in summer, don't get the sea breeze, and a bit colder in winter compared to the coast. But most stuff survives if you take care. Macadamia, lots of nuts, dwarf one.
Oh, nice.
It's flowering. See a few spots it's flowering.
Sorry, when you said lots of nuts, I thought for a sec, oh, it's got nuts on it.
No,
That's the variety.
That's
the variety. Yeah.
I got about a dozen off it last year.
So this is, oh, it's all this, sorry,
it's all
for a sec there, for a sec there, I thought it was just that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So this is
only just flowering, about to flower.
about to flower. Oh, nice. Yep, little panicle there.
Yeah, got about a dozen on it. I don't know how it goes with the full sun out here. I've heard they like a bit more because it's sort of tropical.
Yeah,
as I've heard, but
there's quite a few panicles on it.
Got a few nuts last year, so it's the third year it's flowered. So yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, go on. Sapodilla,
Chrysui.
That's yeah, that's
It's alright, potato. That's
it's
right.
been in the ground for about a year, maybe.
Yeah.
It's come along well.
And who supplied you this one?
Well, Cyrus.
Cyrus.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now this behind is the vetiver grass. I don't know which way it's pronounced. Chop and drop sort of stuff. Syntropic agroforestry, they use it a lot.
Yeah.
I've sort of planned it just to provide a bit of shade, and obviously I do chop and drop it.
Yep.
Free mulch.
Just on the Chrysui, this variety is actually well known to be quite prolific. Usually flowers for at least half of the year, 3/4 of the year. How long's this been in the ground for?
About a year, I think. Just last spring I would put it in.
Yeah, right.
A fair bit. Hasn't skipped a beat all through winter. So as you can see, look, straight out of winter, it's still green and vibrant. New growth coming.
Sapodilla in general, I think, are quite drought tolerant. They actually do quite well in low humidity, like in Perth.
Yep.
So you should have good success out here. Don't be surprised if this thing's 2 meters tall and in a handful of years and pumping out the fruit.
Yep.
So
nice sweet fruit,
good choice, very good choice.
Dwarf Nathan banana. Now this one's very. You hear a lot of negative reviews, just the way the leaves form. I think they get water build up in them and stuff.
Yeah,
and they get a lot of rot. I had it in a pot, multiplied, never fruited. Split it up.
Probably don't have to worry about rot too much if you've got no rain for about 6 months.
True. No, I don't know what the fruits. I just bought them. I just chucked one in here. There's a few out the back in pots. Black Tanga.
Nice. So is that a seedling?
Yeah,
or
just a
seedling. And
not privileged enough to come across the variety.
Yeah, well, the problem is with the Merciaria family, or Myrtle family, otherwise known.
Yep.
There's a prohibition with importing from interstate any of those types of species from that family, due to a Myrtle rust disease, I believe it is.
Yes.
So yeah,
not in our state yet.
It's one of the main reasons why we don't have a large variety of these Brazilian cherries or jaboticaba or anything of the like, because it's just we can't bring it in. So quite often people are smuggling seeds in, or or even smuggling plants in. I know there are there are a few people that are managing to do it. So
this is, I bought that as an established plant, but
Yeah.
someone's getting them in and selling it.
there you
Leave
go.
that up was it lemon gold? No, the mango.
Lemon gold
Lemon
mango.
gold, yeah.
Oh, you grew from seed. or-
Seed, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, well,
nice.
that's one of my favourites you can buy at the shops.
It's
so,
definitely in my top 3.
yeah. I
Um,
haven't tried extensive mangoes, but from all the commercial
Yeah,
ones you can get,
yeah.
that's my favourite by far.
honey gold, it can vary quite considerably in the flavour depending on season
Yep.
and I guess tree or where it's grown.
Okay.
I've had some that have, one season it tastes like fairy floss,
Yeah. Okay.
whereas other seasons it doesn't. Like it's
Yep.
completely different, even though it's the same fruit. It looks the same, it's got the same label, but quite often from year to year it can taste different. And I think there's just high variability there with the flavour, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
But overall,
Nice zesty taste to them. That's
Yep.
what I like.
yeah, exactly. I believe it's probably the best Australian variety.
Yep.
My favourite Australian variety.
Yeah. That's what I planned it. So.
Yep.
Buy the fruit
KPs are
every year
close.
when they're around. So.
Yeah, exactly. They usually come in season. You can usually buy them at the supermarket. Usually about early January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. They probably what's that, mid-season, mid to late season.
Yeah, mid to late season.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a bit sad when that last box of
Yeah.
honey gold is sitting there and it's starting to rot. No one's buying it.
You get the early ones are okay. The next one they get really big in the middle
Yeah,
of the season.
yeah,
and you
that's
get,
right.
Yeah, all the scabby left.
Yeah.
At the end, it's like, oh,
Exactly.
Do I buy them or not? Like it. I don't know the variety. I bought this off an old Italian dude, eh? So,
If you're American, it's loquat.
like what? Yeah, Aussie slang, like it. Yeah, it's, I only bag a few. Don't mind birds get them.
The
fly here, so I got a.
what are they? Ringneck parrots?
Normally the crow. I don't really get too many parrots here. The
Yeah,
crows
right.
get stuck in.
Yeah, the crows.
Out the back, but
Yeah, right.
more so fruit fly here. We get absolutely hammered by fruit fly, unfortunately. So we've got to
Yeah,
move
right.
everything that's susceptible.
Do you know what variety this is?
No.
Just
I
a
don't know.
seedling?
Yeah, it was a seedling.
Yep.
They're quite nice. This is the third year it's fruited.
Yeah, right.
I haven't tried. I don't even know if I've tried the named varieties.
Yep.
I picked plenty around the traps. There's heaps of old trees around Perth and WA that you can
Yep.
pick from. They're on the sides of old houses and street plantings and stuff. So
Yep. Did
I've
you?
never had a bad one personally. So I think
Yeah,
it's pretty
exactly.
nice.
Yeah. Did you get this just randomly or through the fruit
No,
club?
it's
Or?
off Marketplace.
Marketplace,
One I
oh.
seen a guy. This was one of the earlier trees I got.
Oh,
Actually
yeah.
transplanted. It was out the back. When
Yeah,
the
right.
pool went in. I transplanted it. So
Yep. I don't know if I've mentioned it on the video before, but both Luke and myself are members of the Rare Fruit Club of WA. So I don't know. Have you actually obtained any plants from the club or?
a couple. Grafted White Sapote before they
Oh,
were
yeah.
coming in because they've only just started
Yep.
coming into WA. So I
Oh,
got
yeah.
one of them.
Cool.
Out the back. But yeah, a couple bits and pieces. Networked through it a lot though. Met a lot of people that there's a lot of I
Yep.
think casual people that just go here and there.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
get the time to go too often with young kids. So
Yep.
weekends are always busy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
I try and go when I can.
Yeah.
Lamb Hass.
Nice.
Yeah. Probably
Lit-
going to have to
yeah.
cover it for summer, I think, because it will get probably a bit burnt here.
Yeah. Yep. So leafing out and sending out buds.
I got that down south at the markets. It was $100. It's about that
Oh.
high when I got it. It was a good buy, considering
Oh,
what you see
yeah.
paid
Yeah, yeah.
$60-70 for it, a lot of the
Yeah.
nurseries.
And it's got some little bit of sun protection as well,
Yeah.
being in the corner of the house here. This larger, what's this large one?
Shepherd.
Shepherd. Wow, it's getting there in size.
A lot of people don't like the shepherd, but I had the first fruit
I
off it.
like it.
I had the first fruit off it last year. I only had one that held,
right.
but it's only the second or third year it's flowered.
Sorry, man. I'm just trying
It's
to
a bit
capture
wonky,
the.
no, the trunk. I think just because it's tucked in this corner, it grew quite spindly and
Yeah,
wonky,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's flowering.
Have
So-
you applied something to the leaves there, or?
No, that's the clay. I've just dripped it everywhere. Where we
Oh yeah.
paint the
Oh,
stems.
good idea.
I thought,
Where'd you source it from?
That's the IV Organics or 4 Organics, the one from
Oh, yeah.
America. I got it on Amazon.
Oh
I know
yeah.
you can buy clay here now, kaolin to spray on, but
Yeah.
I got this a couple of years ago.
I've got a bag of that kaolin clay. The name escapes me now, but yeah, it comes from the US. It's
Yep.
developed there. It's really fine powdered clay that you can spray out of a bottle and onto your plants, and it only blocks out the harmful UV radiation. It can still absorb the beneficial radiation.
Definitely works on the limbs for the sunburn, but I did the whole tree 'cause I think we've got that polyphagus shot hole borer.
Oh,
that
no.
attacks avocados. And
Oh,
I believe
geez.
mangoes as well.
Yep.
So I thought, give it a try. Who knows?
It's such a shame. Like, if that thing spreads more and more, like, so many people will be disappointed if, you know, they...
Well, this would go. This is, you know, avocados, mangoes, it's a lot of good fruits that,
So just to give a bit of background on that, polyphagus shot hole borer, it's a introduced pest from, is it from Southeast Asia?
I believe so,
Yep. It's been detected over the past, I don't know, 5 to 10 years, something like that. And it initially started Perth Metro.
Yep.
And it's just been spreading out now for the past few years. Most recently detected as far south as, Mandurah, maybe?
Yeah, I think it's in the zone now. It's gone up to the hills now, Kalamunda. I'm in the zone here.
Yep.
They don't know how to stop it, so...
Yeah, and it's characteristic, you know, or characterised by many tiny holes in the main trunk or stems, tiny beetle that bores into the wood, and it has some kind of relationship with fungus.
Yep. Kills the plant. I think they introduced fungus.
A fungus into and then the tree eventually declines, and then if you do a cross section of the trunk, you can see it's all these tiny bore tunnels throughout the trunk of the tree.
Yeah. Bit of a disaster, really, but especially if it gets into all our, you know, fruit production down south. So
hopefully it doesn't spread over east.
Yeah, hopefully we can contain it.
Yep.
Anyway,
all right.
So there's a few more over this way.
Azerbaijani.
Along those lines.
Yep, one
flower so far this season.
Oh, yeah. Little tiny bud.
Got about 4 or 5 fruit on it last year, the first time it flowered. So.
And you got to try the fruit?
Yeah, quite nice.
How would you rate it against a store-bought variety like?
Oh, heaps better, obviously.
Yeah.
It wasn't super sweet. I don't know. I might have picked them a bit early.
Was it really red?
Really? Yeah, it was.
Yep.
Quite red.
Yeah.
Some of them were. Some weren't. I think I picked a few a bit early.
Yep. I guess first-time fruiting, you can't expect, you know, spectacular results.
And I was a bit, because there was only a few on there. I wanted to get them off the tree because you get a lot of rats out here, unfortunately.
If you leave them on for too long, they can split. It's happened to me previously. I had the Spanish variety Elche, I think it's called, which I heard good things about it, but the seeds for me were really hard, like wood.
Oh, okay.
So it was really woody seeds. I was like, I don't know if this is the mislabeled or what, but anyway.
I'm not a huge eater. They're good for you. It's a hardy plant. I know it gets quite hot here between the driveway and the plastic lawn. So moringa. This is a cutting. A lady at my work gave me this, or she gave us 2. I work in a school, do a permaculture program, so she gave us 2 branches. One's in the school garden. They both got roots. Hasn't put any leaves out yet, but still alive. You scratch it, it's green. So,
it's green, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that gets established there.
So you've only planted this when?
Oh, only a few months back.
A few months.
Okay. It was in a pot at work. I planted one in the ground at work.
Do they usually defoliate during winter?
Yeah, I think this is like semi-deciduous.
There's
a few around that you see.
Yep.
But that was, fresh branch. Got roots though. There's roots out the bottom of the pot, so it should come back. Midranberry down here, Australian native one.
Oh, yeah.
There's a few flowers on it, it's just starting to flower.
Cool.
Yeah, alright, novelty thing, just sits there, I don't do much with it. Pick them off every time I come in or out if I see the berries on there. Pick them off and eat them. They're tiny though. But yeah, alright. Bit like apple pie sort of flavour.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Big bird's nest there, not fruit related, but that's quite big. That's
nice
feature. Enjoying the front garden.
Feature plant, yeah.
I think that's about 20 years old.
Oh,
yeah.
And you've been here for how long at this point?
Just over 20 years. I built this house. So
you planted this?
Yeah.
Right.
Mum gave it to me in a pot and I planted it and
There you go, wow.
It's thriving.
Very impressive.
Climate for it. It does overhang the path, but what do you do?
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll go around the back, eh?
Yeah, sure. Okay, well, all right, we've made it to the back now.
Yep.
with Luke.
Right, so this is under my patio, as you see. What time is it now? About 9:30. Gets a bit of 3-4 hours of sun, this strip here, under the patio. So, Grimmer Charmer. This one, I don't know if there's something viral or something, you can see it gets a bit funky growth, the leaves grow a bit funny.
Yeah, right.
And then they come out perfect, so I don't know, I've kept it. Hasn't flowered yet, I assume it wouldn't be too far off, but yeah, you just see some of these leaves come out twisted and funky. But yeah, this new growth's looking pretty good. Down the back, as the Russell's sweet. I had that in a pot. All its leaves got really, they were getting really bad. I don't know what happened to it. So I planted it out, dropped all its leaves, and then those two came out a month later.
Just for the people that don't know, Russell Sweet's a Garcinia.
Yep.
Yep.
Australian guy, wasn't it? Found that in Asia or something?
Yeah, found in Vietnam,
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah.
I don't know how to go here. It might be a bit out of its elements. It doesn't, well, for me, it hasn't thrived, but yeah, it's alive. Had a little plastic cover over that through winter, so.
Could just be the individual plant. You never know.
Be. Yeah, yeah. I got them in little tube stocks. They might have been a little bit root bound when I got them, so no,
Yeah,
they've got a
right.
big tap root.
Yeah, yeah.
Now here's my yellow jabbo.
All right, I'm going to try and pronounce
You
this.
go for it. 'Cause you'll do better than me.
Merciaria glasvioarnia, I think it is.
I'll take your word for it.
It's a bit of a tricky one to remember, but yeah,
Grows pretty well here. These grow very, don't need a lot of sunlight on these, eh? I've seen that in videos in America where they grow them on their, is it their north side, which would be our south side equivalent?
Yeah.
Low to no sun and they fruit. So I thought I had this out in the sun and it was getting cooked, and then I thought I'll put it under here, and it's doing well.
And is this the standard or
Standard
variety?
Yep. And, flower, I think this is the 3rd or 4th year it flowered. This year it was covered and you can see all the remnants of the flower stems. But we got the first fruit. There's 3 on there, there's one there. Quite small.
Oh, exciting nonetheless.
Yep. And there's, I think there's 2 or 3 more over here somewhere. Which branch is it? This, oh, there they are.
I see them, yep. Got 1 and 2 there, I believe.
Might be a third one on
maybe
the
a
other
third,
side,
yeah.
I don't know. It looks like. But yeah, so that was pretty exciting. I didn't think it had any fruit on it. I was actually spraying it the other week and some trace elements because it does get a bit deficient in our soils. I don't know if that's just the limestone blocks or the sandy soils, but trace elements seem to sort it out. But yeah, and I discovered them on there, so I was pretty stoked with that.
Just for anyone that's not aware, there are 2 main varieties, just the standard one and another variety. De Cruz is, I think, the name of it. It's double the size, so.
Down here, it's just bordered as a De Cruz variety.
Oh, so you got
Yep.
Oh, okay. I didn't
yeah.
know you had a De Cruz.
No, fair bit behind, obviously. But
Yep. So these fruits are approximately double in size, but
Yep.
the seeds are also larger, so it's debatable as to whether you're actually getting a benefit.
Yeah.
But it's still interesting to have. Yeah.
I've heard they benefit from the pollination, probably like most fruits do.
So you'll get some cross pollination.
Well, the amount of flowers you get on would be nice, even if it is a small fruit.
Yeah.
That's a white sapote, it's just a seedling one.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little bit different leaf to a lot of the other ones.
Yeah,
but,
that might take a while to fruit. They can take up to a decade to fruit. I've read.
Yeah.
So
I've got a few seedlings I've kept aside, so I'll get scions. But
yeah, hopefully you've got enough space because they can get quite big.
yeah. Oh, I think regular hacking them back a bit ago.
Yep.
There's a few of my jarros. AXP. Bit nice new growth on it.
XP. I think Steve Trineri may have contributed to that.
I believe so.
Yeah.
From what I've read, but they're just Sabaras. A few seedlings there and there. Chucked one in the can. I just chucked them out. I had heaps. I bought some fruit. Someone locally actually was selling kilos of fruit. So I was on marketplace and I thought it was a plant, and then I clicked on it. It was per kilo. And I was
nice.
a kilo of fruit. That's red hybrid.
Red hybrid, nice.
Yeah. I've been a bit hit and miss with the Jabbos.
Yeah, they're starting to leaf out now. They usually start leafing out early spring.
Yeah.
So it should look better.
My Grimmel turned up its toes on me, which was my biggest one.
Oh,
I don't know
no.
what happened there, but Tanga. It's just a standard one, eh? Tanga.
Patanga.
Yeah.
Oh.
Suriname cherry, isn't it? Same thing.
I'm really surprised how curly these leaves are.
I'm wondering, it doesn't get much sun. I'm wondering if that's...
I've never seen this before in a Brazilian cherry.
Yeah, well, the ones down here are pretty straight, but yeah, it's interesting.
Wow, and they're quite large leaves. I'm actually surprised how big they are.
Maybe I might have something.
You might have something special here, mate.
Yeah, you never know. It did flower. It had 2 flowers on it this year. First time it's flowered. but nothing
Yeah, right.
formed on them. But yeah,
Might have to get some material from you in the future.
yeah. Well, we'll see what comes of it.
Yeah, cool.
Another white supposed seedling there. That was one I was going to graft.
Oh,
I was
wow.
getting big in the pot, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I've got a bit of access to scions these days.
Is that a marketplace or is that from fruit that
No,
you...
I just bought fruit.
Fruit,
All my
no.
seedlings, these are some fruit that
In Perth, they call them Aztec fruit.
Mm.
That's the marketing term.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they do the same over east, but yeah, Aztec fruit is the...
Try a few different ones around the traps. You know,
Yeah.
most I haven't really had any bad ones. So
Yeah, no, they're overall pretty good fruit. I've heard that the variety is, I mean, they're not too different from each other, but yeah, I'm yet to try various varieties myself, so I'm not going to judge right now. But
I've bought
yeah.
fruit off marketplace. Like you didn't know what variety it was, but they were about tennis ball size. They're quite nice.
Yep.
But,
Yep.
that's where a lot of these seedlings came from. I bought the ones from the shops. There's a farm down south that's doing them now.
Yep.
They've been pretty good. So yeah, had a couple that weren't that great randomly here and there at the shops, but you just never know with the shops. Do you?
Cool. All right, well,
Got a variegated vanilla here. It's, I don't know how long ago here. I actually snapped it with the hose.
is this from Tree?
Yep.
Yep. So this bloke named Tree, suitable name for what he does.
Yep.
He's got a backyard nursery, and Tree sells variegated vanilla.
I hit it with the hose. I was bringing the hose around to fill the pond up, and I snapped it.
Oh.
So, but I buried it in, and got I don't know, they're air roots. I'm assuming aerial roots. So it was about 2 months ago. So it might.
That must have
pull
been
through.
a swearing session and a half.
Yeah, gave the hose a good yank, and then I heard the whack, and I was like, oh, what was that? And I was like, but they propagate them from cutting, I believe. So who knows?
Hopefully-
as it warms up, it might grow some roots and.
Yeah. Hopefully it recovers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What do you do? These things happen.
Into the pool area.
Yep.
Nice travertine paving.
Yes. Getting the weeds out. Spring weather, the weeds are popping up. Alright, this is my
Wow,
worst
look at that.
avocado.
Wow, look
I
at
would
that.
say worst avocado. Flowers like this every year.
You've got the flies and the bees.
Yep. Does not set fruit well at all. I think there's a couple of them.
That's a shame.
Yeah. This, as you can see, it drops a lot of stuff on the ground and that ends up in the pool. It might be on the chopping block, but it doesn't set fruit this year.
I don't think many people would have a avocado tree right next to their pool, considering how much debris you might get.
It was here before the pool. And
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it in the ground, see how it goes. But there's a couple fruit in here.
Yep.
Where are we? Oh, there's a little one.
Ah, okay.
There was one a lot bigger in there. And it's either fallen off or the rats have got it. It might have fallen off.
I'm surprised rats would be interested in.
Look, there it is.
Oh,
the slugs are getting it.
Oh no.
Ah,
So it's
well,
actually
couple days late.
ready to go and.
Well, I think it's probably a bit early. I think their range is September, October.
Oh, okay. Well, it's
I'll still salvage
looks,
half that.
looks like something bit the
Yeah, that was when it was young. Had a few scars on it.
from rats or.
No, I think it's those giant hoppers. You know, those locusts. Those really big ones that get
big,
like,
like
5, 10 centimetres long.
Yeah, like a giant grasshopper or something.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Oh, well, that's still. I'll get most of that out of that.
Yeah. Right.
Should have checked on that more often.
Hmm.
That's how I found my shepherd out the front on the ground. It was all soft. I only got half of that one. But yeah, I've given it. So I sprayed it with boron. I've got some powdered boron to spray on to try and
Yep.
help set the fruit. You know.
Yeah.
But look, the amount of flowers is the same last year. Albeit it's probably only about this
It's
high
almost
last
like
year.
a carpet of flowers.
It is. It's ridiculous, eh? And it sets tiny fruitless and they just all just drop off. I don't
Yeah,
know why. I don't know. Yeah, I have heard very mixed reports on this variety.
Yeah.
I know they still sell it because it's a dwarf, and it has got a very compact growth habit for its age. I think it's about 7 years old. But yeah, I know a few people that have removed them because they just don't set enough fruit.
I'm just surprised because you got so many insects crawling all over it, and
They set, they just don't hold, and I'll keep the water on it. I'll do
right.
everything I can, but it's just, yeah, it's a shame. Because
Yeah.
every year I say I'm going to chop it if it doesn't hold fruit, but...
we've got the trunk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've got the trunk there. Yeah. So it's got a decent trunk on it. Got some nasturtiums here.
Yeah, they self-seed everywhere now.
Yeah.
They're good, free ground cover, and they die as soon as it gets warm.
Yeah.
Free mulch.
Cool.
Pineapple down there, it's just growing from pineapple top.
Nice.
Namdoc Mai, definitely something wrong with it. It's been like this for a few years. I have asked in a few of the groups.
Yeah.
They reckon it's not one of the diseases, because it's just on the leaf margins. It gets
Yeah.
those black dots.
Yeah, yeah.
They reckon it's one of the nutrients, I don't know, one of the deficiencies or too much of something in the soil.
Yeah.
So I stopped spraying it because I think that might have contributed to the problem.
Now I noticed you've tipped some of the
Yep.
some of the
branch out.
yeah.
I don't want to get much more, probably same height as the
Okay.
avocado. Just
Yeah.
want to keep it
Yep.
short. A few flower panicles on it.
Yep.
Snapped one off yesterday, cleaning the pool. That's it.
Oh, there you
But
go.
yeah, this is another one. I've been hasn't been performing super.
Yep.
But the new growth comes out nice. It only gets like that in winter, so we'll see if it starts setting fruit. Otherwise, it's taking up prime real estate.
Maybe the white sapote can go there.
Maybe. Lots of stuff in pots. Tangatuba down there.
Yeah.
That's done all right in full sun. I did move it last year because I had my Rollinia was there, which you saw, which unfortunately succumbed to the extreme heats last summer.
Yeah, I'm actually shattered as well about that. That was in this spot, right?
Yeah, at the back, just behind.
Like you used to have a huge Rollinia here. It was like
meters probably.
2.5, so taller than this shed, I think, and it was like flowering.
Flowered, yeah. Went away for a week and it was 40-degree days, pretty much high 30s to mid 40s the whole week.
Yep.
And the retic was on the days it was on, but didn't have those afternoon waterings, which is what would really, suffered. Come back and it was just toast. Sort of started coming back, then I think I overwatered it a bit too much, thinking, water will help it, but because it didn't have the leaves to take, I think it ended up getting like root rot. So that was I sort of killed it in the end, but either way. I'll show you that. There's jackfruit at the back. There's tomatoes growing up it. That's
Jackfruit and tomatoes. That's a rare combination.
Was it the Bangkok lemon one? Is that it? Yeah,
Who's that from?
tree as well.
Tree as well. Bangkok lemon. Nice.
It died back last winter to there. You see, it was probably double this size last summer, or the summer before. Then in the winter it died right back down to the stem. So this winter I put the greenhouse over it. It stayed alive. It's looking a little shabby, but I imagine that should take off this year, hopefully.
Bangkok lemon is supposed to be a really good variety.
Yes, that's why I got it, because I heard good things about it. And but yeah, I don't know. It's hard. I think jackfruit's one of those ones. Once you get it to a certain size in Perth, it's good. But
I have seen mature trees fruiting in Perth, just very rare because the early stages can be quite
you can buy them, get them, a couple metres tall. It's worth spending the extra $50, $70.
Yep.
And getting tall ones.
Yep.
But anyway, there's my replacement Rollinia. That's the cone, grafted one. So
very rare.
I think it's the first time it's come into WA.
I got one of these in Melbourne and it's died on me.
Really?
But the issue was that Daly's didn't do a very good job in the quality control of the potting mix because there were actual like lawn grubs in it.
Oh, okay.
I had like half a dozen lawn grubs and there was like literally 3 or 4 main roots on the thing.
Yep.
And I'm like, man, this thing already looks half toast. And then planted it, and the cold doesn't help, so I think it's dead.
Already. That's grafted, that's right. Flowers on there.
Oh wow!
on
Look at that.
But I'm not sure. I know the other one grew well there, so it was a good spot for them. But then I hear if you've had root rot, people say not to plant in the same spot. But I'm like, it's had winter. I had a green crop in there as well. Planted the broad beans. I've added compost. So
broad beans. Look at those.
this was everything that was in the greenhouse over winter. These are Tweed Crisp jackfruit seedlings.
Oh yeah.
Contain some seeds. So
From
someone.
Someone.
Locally, yeah. Don't know names.
bit of secret squirrel business.
Welcome to Perth. Luke's Gus in here. This one's doing pretty well. Yes, Perth's very. If you want anything decent, most of it comes from backyards.
Yeah.
So it's
Tree, Cyrus, and probably a few other people.
a few other people. They're pretty good.
Rare Fruit Club may help, may not help, depends.
Marketplace is a good
Marketplace,
spot.
oh,
Helena, she's good.
Oh, nice.
This is Madruno.
Adreno.
It's doing okay. It's gone a bit punky over winter. Honey drop tangosteen, or what's that?
Oh, the Tango stand. That's
Yeah,
from
that's the
Ross Creek, I think, who has marketed that that one. Yep.
Yeah, so I'll just grab that one. I'll add that to the mix.
Very good.
Coconut cream jackfruit. This one's done. That was in the greenhouse. It's doing great. That's
Wow,
what I want to get that one in the ground. I think because
It's got pretty small leaves on it.
It has. It's interesting. So I'm thinking it looks like it should go on the ground.
Coconut cream
Yeah,
jackfruit.
nothing online.
It's got some text
Very little online you can find about that. But that came in around when they had the durian jackfruits. You remember when that was online? All the kerfuffle about that. But they come from Vietnam or Taiwan. They've been bred.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of info, but it is there if you dig deep enough.
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably put that one in the ground. It's meant to be, when you eat it, it's meant to have just oozes like coconut cream, hence the name.
Wow.
Miracle fruit. Got to repot that. I don't think that potting mix is too great. It's died back a little bit. Bit of the tomato.
Maybe the sun's a bit harsh on some of these. I
Yeah, yeah, they're in the greenhouse, so I'll probably put that under the grapevine.
Doesn't help. You've got you've got meshwool, you've got pavers, you've got a pool, all this reflected light.
I've got
sort of.
pockets of garden, which makes it quite challenging at times.
Yeah,
To get that, canopy. Which one's this? A red hybrid? Oh, scarlet.
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 Nice.
It's come along all right. The others are just Sabara's seedling. This one was given to me through the Rare Fruit Club, Amanda, down south.
Oh, yeah,
It was about the size of a basketball, but rats, when they were
rats.
nesting, I come out one morning completely, as you can see, nibbled back to the stems.
Do you know where the rats are living? Or?
I had, behind my pool heater, under the shed, there was a nest.
Oh,
I eradicated them, but all winter I've been trapping. I've been using the natural baits, the non-secondary ones.
Yeah.
Just go, bang, replace them, they're gone, just constant, So
Sorry, which one's this?
that's just Sabara.
Sabara.
It was like basketball size, yeah, but unfortunately it's down to that now.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, anyway, here's what it is. I had the yellow grimmer charmer as well. I completely ate that down to a stump.
Yeah, right.
Babico.
Babico. Okay.
They're not bad. Some people don't like them. I don't mind them. I had one once before, and it was in a pot, and it was in that corner actually, and it got root rot. The tree was sticking out, but the pot was shaded, and I kept. It was in the middle of summer. I got root rot because I was watering it every day, thinking the pot would dry out, but because it was shaded, it just Anyway, there's my other Russell Sweet. That's how the leaves went on the other one. This one's held on a little bit longer.
I'd probably move this out of the sun. Though.
Oh, they don't live here. I just pulled them out of the greenhouse. So
Did you?
have a look. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Linderoy, that dropped all its leaves through winter.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
They're just peanut butter seedlings, been nibbled on with caterpillars or something. That's a cutting off my tree.
Yeah.
And that's the Grimmel.
That's the Grimmel.
Yeah, it's still alive. It's green
alive,
if you scratch it. But yeah, I don't know. It was in one of the big pots under the patio, and it just started. It was beautiful tree. Never, even on tap water, never skipped a beat.
Do you think
Leaves
you
were good.
may have overwatered it?
Well, the roots were a bit funky, eh? So I think it was a root issue.
I think that's may have been the culprit.
Yeah, so I took it out, got rid of all the rotten roots, repotted it, nice coarse potting mix. So I don't know, it's still alive. Hopefully it comes back. Yeah, here's what it is. All right, the garlic going down there in the pots.
Oh, nice,
I'll
nice.
get the garlic going. Right, stuff does pretty well here under my grapevine in summer, but I've learnt over winter. Red flame grape. There's so many fruit on this.
Nice.
Garcinia intermedia, a lemon drop.
Lemon drop. Okay.
Didn't handle the winter well here. It's the first year I've had it here. In summer it was going great. It flowered for the last 2 years. Hadn't set fruit, but a bit of a wind tunnel through here in winter. So I think I've trimmed off the limbs, but they just got absolutely cold damage.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. So, right, yeah. Another Katanga tuber.
Oh,
That one flowered in autumn. Had a couple of flowers on it, no fruit, obviously, first time. What's this one? Sulcata, is it? Yep. No, Rapunda. Eugenia Rapunda.
Eugenia Rapunda.
That's all through winter's been growing, so that does really well.
What's the fruit on that one like?
I haven't tried it. That's Nangapuri, is it? The other name they call it? Nangapuri?
I'm actually not really aware of this one. There's so many Eugenias. There's literally like hundreds of them, I reckon. So it's.
I haven't tried many, so they're hard to get in Perth. So if you get them, and then
that's due to the myrtle rust.
Yep. Again.
Yep.
But they're meant to be okay. They're meant for fruit pretty profusely once they get going.
Yep.
I don't think they're a huge fruit. This one's the rainforest plum, Eugenia Candelora or Candelite, something along those lines.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Can't remember off the top of my head. Just picked that up recently. That's this other one, Salcutta.
Sulcata, Eugenia sulcata.
Yeah, going alright. So they're not overly common in Perth. These are Lacuma seedlings. That's the reason I'm going there.
Oh yeah, that. So is this from Cyrus?
Where did I get them from?
'Cause-
no, same because I got the jackfruit seedlings from.
Oh, okay.
I've got the seeds here.
Yeah, right.
There are some fruiting in WA. Somewhere in the.
Do you know if this is a soft or dry variety?
I believe it'd be dry. I think most of them in Australia are dry, aren't they? Bar a few.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
there's not a lot of info on them. Not here anyway.
Yeah.
Over east they're a bit more common, but
Yeah. There is a bloke in Queensland, Scott Pointing, who is a major seller of the dry variety in Australia. He's got quite a large tree that fruits regularly. So
I'm assuming dry they're similar to Canistel. I don't mind the Canistel. I know they're a bit dry as well, but some people don't get around it because it's not juicy.
Yeah.
They expect fruit to be juicy.
I think it's even drier than that.
Oh, really?
To the point where you can only really use them in like milkshakes and stuff. Yeah. So
Might not go on the ground then. Another Luke's there.
very good.
Might put one of them in the ground, see how they go.
Yep.
Not sure yet. Nothing down there, another midgeonberry. There's some giant pumpkins, these ones. They're the ones that they do in the comps. I thought I'd give them a try,
nice.
yeah. See how they go.
Giant pumpkin in the backyard next to the pool.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
It's just black sapote seedling.
Black sapote seedling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, this is my jungle area. There's those big hoppers. That's what we're contending with.
Oh, wow! Look at that.
They actually kick you. They're quite aggressive and they grab them. He's quite docile. There
Yeah, he's gone.
we go. Tinkerbell, the pink lady apple.
Oh,
That's a Herald, the columnar apple there, and there's a Granny Smith one in there. It's overgrown by the Acerola cherry.
Yep.
They don't fruit too well for me, the apples. Don't know if it's a heat thing.
Yep.
I don't overly care for them because they're not fruit that excites me. It's just everyone eats apples, so you grow them.
Yeah.
Peach at the back. I think that's it's called Early Beauty or something. It's
Oh,
just
right.
a tropical one. I've done a few grafts onto it, so a couple of them have taken, a couple haven't. But I've got some cuttings down south. There's a place, Donnelly River Village. It's an old mill town down south, and there's a shack there. A guy lived there till his late 90s, and there's a couple of stone fruit trees out the front. So I go down there every winter. I don't know what they are. I just took some cuttings and grafted them on. So
Nice.
see what they are, yeah. Couple of dragon fruits there. That's just the big one's pink flesh one. Tree gave me that cutting. That's a yellow skinned one. I don't know its name. for it.
Sorry, which the right or the left?
The right's pink flesh. This one tree gave me. It's just starting to bud it, grow out now. So it's a yellow fleshed one. Didn't have a name.
Cool.
Blueberry there. Well, that's the poppy Nathan bananas there. Acerola cherry. This thing goes gangbusters. I need to prune it back. It's,
Wow.
It fruits prolifically. I was fruiting into winter this year because the winter was quite mild. I think I got halfway into winter.
There you go. Nice big trunk there.
I can't see any flowers yet. It's not going to be far off though.
Yeah.
A couple more weeks of warm weather. Yeah, they're nice. I just pick them as I'm out of here. You don't get much more than a bowl full at a time.
They're more of a snack.
Yeah, you get a bowl every now and again, but yeah, I just hot soup. Yeah, I just
Nice
put that
air
in the
layer.
water, mate. Just chucked it in there. Thought that's actually moss out of my pond. I thought I'd try that.
Moss out of your pond.
Yeah, it's like a moss that grows in the pond. That's it.
Wow.
Give it a try. I've chucked it on top of pot plants before, sort of like, just as a mulch, and it stays green. That's still alive just because of the moisture in there. So it probably doesn't help the cause, but
Yeah.
I didn't have any sphagnum moss at the time, so I thought I'd just give
Oh.
that a try. Oh, just experiment.
Yep.
What's this one? Loganberry.
Loganberry.
Yeah, raspberry blackberry cross.
Well, that's gonna
This-
die back very quickly in the heat.
Oh, it actually goes alright.
Does
Not
it?
too bad, yeah. It's just coming to life now.
Oh, right. Okay.
This archway's rusted out. But I want to build a proper archway through here. Go up. But you mentioned them, the berries that grow one way one year and that way, and then you alternate. So I just let it grow, prune it back,
Yep.
get a few off it here and there. There's a black gold jackfruit there. I've done a pot for a few years. I don't know if that'll do any good. It's probably a bit stunted in the pot for a couple of years, but I just jammed it in there late, probably autumn.
Yeah,
So
right.
it survived.
That's pretty much in full shade, right?
Yeah, once the sun gets up, that's
Yep.
like the sun's just coming up now. It gets all the afternoon sun through, so it'll be dappled white.
Yeah.
Alright. Paxton prolific.
Paxton prolific. Oh, yeah.
Yep. Turning that back a bit.
For people who aren't in Australia, because I've already got a few Yanks actually
Yep.
on my channel.
Yeah, nice.
This is a Atamoya.
Yep.
So just one more thing on that. In the US, custard apple is not the same as custard apple in Australia. So usually custard apple refers to Atamoya in Australia, and then in the US it relates to another species. The name escapes me now, but yeah, they're two different things across both countries. But yeah, sorry, go on.
Yep. No, I quite like them. So flowered 2 years in a row. As I said, fruit yet. So I'm hoping this year's the year. Does get the arvo sun though, which I don't know it's going to be the best for it. But once the other side grows up, it'll get a bit of shade.
Yep.
Canicel, that's a seedling. Just got a grafted variety. Is it Aurea?
Aurea, yep.
All right, yeah, in my work garden, because they come available in WA through dailies. So once that gets a bit older, I'll graft from that onto this.
Yep. Aurea is claimed to be the best type of canistel variety in general, but there is another one from Queensland called Bruno.
Yep.
That I've had the privilege to try.
Okay.
And it's definitely, once it's at the most ripe stage, definitely the best canistel I've ever tasted. So
this came from I know they're not always true to type, but there's a large teardrop shape fruit bought from the shops. It was quite a nice one. I bought other ones from the shops, different shapes and that, and not as nice. So
you've grown this from seed?
grew
Yeah,
it
right.
myself. So
Wow.
a few years ago.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it grows. I mean, it gets a bit burnt from the sun. You can see it's from last summer. Probably needs feed, but it's going pretty well.
How old is that, by the way?
Ooh, possibly 4 years. 3
Boy,
to 4 years,
that's
I'd say.
pretty good. Like
For
from
4
seed.
years, yeah.
Wow, I'm actually quite impressed.
I don't think it'd be much more than 4. Yeah, 'cause it's got it grew well in the pot. Once put in the ground, just took off.
Nice.
Laps up the heat. So
Yep.
we go this side. We have there's a mammy seedling at the back there. That's just sort of jammed in there. If it goes, it goes. But, it's starting new growth. That did have 2 branches, but one of them died back through winter.
Yep.
Black sapote. I think it was it's Bernica or Mahia. No, not 2. There's one here, one here. This one I had for a long time.
Yeah.
But it got cooked. The top growth, the upright shoot got burnt.
Yep.
And then it just grows as like a shrub now.
With the black sapote, Bernica is claimed to be the best tasting out of the lot.
Yep.
Medium-sized fruit, and apparently I haven't had a chance to try it, but it's the top of the pick regarding taste. And again, black sapote is quite a mild flavoured fruit.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the name. I think the chocolate pudding moniker more relates to the texture and the visual appearance of it rather than the taste.
The ones I've tried have been more of an earthy, mild sweetness.
Yeah.
So, I like them, but it's certainly not fruit I eat probably daily, out of hand.
Hey, it's probably high in antioxidants, so
Yeah,
it might be good in that way.
Yeah, this one just doesn't grow upright anymore, it just
Flops over.
I have heard that can be due to the scion selection in certain plants. If you take it from lower down on the tree, it doesn't have the vigorous upright growth.
Yep.
And then there's the other one there which I got last year. So that's
Oh,
slowly coming through.
Tip's burnt. Is that the tip?
Yeah, Doug did get that one. They were out the front originally and they got cooked.
Uh,
But then I moved them here. So
what's this green paint that you've put on? Is it some
Yeah,
kind
that's the same. That's the clay. It's
Oh,
just
it's
the
the
clay.
clay.
It's got a green
Oh,
colour in it.
right.
So that way, rather than being white, it looks a bit more
Cool.
nice. And,
Yeah.
I think it's Linsan Sue, not the seedless one, the small
Oh, lychee.
lychee, the small seed one.
Yeah.
I think it's Linsan Sue. There's 2 names, are very similar. One's seedless, the other one's just got small seeds. That's the small seed
and
one.
that's a Marcotte, yeah.
Yep.
And it's
Doing well in the
pushing
ground.
out some flowers.
It is, yeah.
Yep.
It's only got that last year. Very compact here. Well, this stuff's in pots, but persimmon, foo. That was really unhealthy last year. The leaves got all mottled. I don't know what caused it. I posted in a few groups. No one could tell me. So I just clay and compost in the ground over winter and that. Work the soil, and it looks like it's pretty good at the moment. We'll see as the leaves get bigger. Haven't seen any flowers on there yet, but just happy it's alive because last year it was on the ropes. Not sure. Got fruit on it the year before that, but yeah. Wampy, Neem Pay. I don't think that's going to go on the ground. It's probably just going to live in a pot. Needs to be in a bigger pot, but
Yep.
yeah. I don't know. I've never tried them. They're meant to be quite nice. But, yeah.
Is this another Atamoya?
Yes, I got this. It's the purple. I don't know if it's the mauve custard apple.
Oh, it's sugar apple.
Yeah,
sugar apple.
A girl,
Kampong Mauve. Mauve.
Yeah,
Yep.
A girl I traded seeds with, or a lady, she's only a girl. Quite a few years ago, back in the earlier days, before I was in the Red Fruit Club, through a Facebook group I met her, and she gave me a fruit to try, because she bought a few, and planted it, and it flowered last year, so in the pot, so yeah, be interesting to see what comes of it, but don't mind giving it a try. Whether we try, I know they grow true to type, I don't know much about them, so.
Yep, I did have a Kampong Mauve planted myself on the previous property that I was in, and some native borer got to it. It wasn't shot hole borer. It was like it was a probably I don't know, like a pencil. If you were to look at the diameter of a pencil, it was that big of hole in the trunk.
Yep.
And yeah, it killed it.
I had an ice cream bean. Same thing happened. Down at the base, big borer straight in there. I've seen all the frass, all the stuff.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
And it's doing quite well. Like it got to a metre and a half. Lots of branches and leaves, and borer got to it.
We've probably got to get into the hand pollination a bit more on these. I tried this year a bit, but I was probably a bit slack with it.
Yeah.
So, pear. Triumph. Has it again, same as the apples, 1 or 2 fruit. Given the size of it.
Yep.
I'm thinking if it doesn't fruit this year, I might remove it. Might take it to my work.
Yep.
Put it in the garden there. I think it may be the lukes. Put the lukes in the ground there.
Yep. The one thing that the Perth climate can be, looked at as a positive for is that you can grow both stone fruit and subtropicals, tropicals right next to each other without too much trouble.
Sort of in that middle ground, aren't we?
Yeah, we're sort of in the middle.
I think the main thing with the tropicals is getting them established. Once you get them established, especially the more tropical stuff, they're pretty resilient. It's just those early days they get cooked a bit.
Yep.
And we go down at the corner. Starfruit. Trying to espalier this. It's a Thai night. That only went in last year.
Cool.
It's growing pretty well. They're pretty heavy fruiters, so I'll be just going to espalier it. Don't need to get big.
Right. Got another banana
Dwarf Ducasse.
Oh,
Ducasse, I don't know if you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Wedged in the corner.
Yeah. White sapote?
Yeah, the grafted one. Was it?
Grafted.
What's the name? Lemon Gold? No. Got it from Amanda.
I think it's lemon.
Lemon Gold, is it?
I'm pretty sure that's the name. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I'll graft once that gets a bit bigger. I'll graft from that onto my seedlings, which I've got.
Oh, yep. And now the
peanut butter bush.
Peanut butter fruit tree.
That's how it is out of winter. It doesn't. It goes semi-deciduous.
And I've got a marcot.
You do?
From you with one of these, and it actually, it does quite well.
Did a couple more. I didn't have much sphagnum moss. There's not a lot in there. I was going to prune it right back because I want the white sapote to get bigger, and this was overshadowing it. So I did trim it a bit in autumn, and then I've done them just recently. I bought some more moss, so I'm going to do a few more on it. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. It does fruit, but don't get a lot on it. I don't know. I don't know if it's an age thing or if it's just the wrong climate here. But they're nice, but when you're only getting a dozen or so off a tree that size, yeah. I don't know, it's a bit of a novel fruit to me. I'd rather something that's going to produce big edible fruits.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty much all of them.
It's pretty much all of it. Okay.
Raspberry down there in the pots. Nice. Just wedge stuff everywhere.
Yeah. No, look, for the size of the property, it's quite a substantial collection you've got here. So
Yeah, I need a bigger block.
yeah, it sounds like it. But yeah, no, it's good effort and good variety of trees, and you
Just
know,
go with what works, eh? If stuff doesn't take off, or replace it.
Yep.
Plenty of stuff in pots to replace the failing trees in the ground. So
we'll eventually end up with trees that work
Yep.
fully and will be well established. I mean, how long have you been collecting for now?
into the rarer stuff,
Yeah.
probably 5, 6 years maybe. Yeah. Probably only the last 4 or 5 getting into the good stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
It's a tough market to crack in Perth.
Yeah.
Networking.
Yeah, and it doesn't help with quarantine restrictions. Trying to
No.
import things into WA is always a challenge.
Yeah, it costs a lot of money as well. So,
Yeah, you can import most plants into WA through concierge services outside of dailies.
Yep.
I think I've forgotten the name now. There's a place in I think it's Paradise. Yeah, Paradise Distributors.
Okay.
They provide a service to WA that you can, if you order from Ross Creek, for example, you can get it sent to them,
Yeah. Okay.
and then they'll repackage it and send it off to you in WA.
Oh, nice.
That's
Ross,
so.
Ross Creek. Been on their website a few times.
Yeah.
Window shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth doing if you want something desperately, because it can be slim pickings at times.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Very good. All right. Well, thanks for your time, Luke, and
Thanks for visiting.
all good. We'll catch up in the future, hopefully, before I